Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, nobody is going to buy any explanation that this guy gives until he has his day in court to explain exactly how he has come about this sudden wealth that has suddenly fallen into his laps. Guys, I bring you this. I owned lucrative businesses. Malami writes Buhari after being accused of using public office to acquire wealth and build an empire. So of course it's that expose that was done by Omoyele Sowore's Sahara reporters detailing all of the things that this guy owns. I am saying he owns because he has not denied owning these things, so that is why I'm not saying allegedly owns, but owns. So he's not denying owning these things, but he's saying that he has an explanation for them. Again, the headline: I owned lucrative businesses. Malami writes Buhari after being accused of using public office to acquire wealth and build an empire. So now let's not get into what explanation he is giving. Abubakar Malami, Attorney General of the Federation (AGF) and Minister of Justice, has reacted to the Coalition of Civil Society Organizations (CSOS) petition to President Buhari to probe him over 14 high-profile corruption cases. The AGF, who was accused of financial fraud and influence peddling by the CSOs, stated that he needed to write to the president to clear his name before seeking redress in court. So he must seek redress in court because Buhari cannot just sign him off. These are some of the things that people complain the most about this Buhari regime, that is too shadowy, too cloaky, too secretive, is too ready to hide away the sins of a lot of these people, Ganduji, etc. So this guy now being the latest example. So him writing to Buhari and Buhari signing him off is not enough. He must have that day in court, in a public court, to seek redress. So if he's doing that, then see you in court, I suppose, is what his opponents will say. So we carry on. The senior advocate of Nigeria insisted that he had a successful legal practice of more than 20 years and owned lucrative businesses which he earned income from before his appointment in 2015. Malami affirmed that he declared all his assets and statement of accounts upon his assumption of office, and none of them were gotten through fraudulent means. He wrote, "While the Code of Conduct of Public Officers prohibits my active participation in the running of my already established ventures, it does not preclude me from gaining from the fruit of my establishments. Since my appointment as a minister in your cabinet, I have conducted myself strictly within the confines of the Code of Conduct for Public Officers contained in Part 1 of the 5th Schedule of the 1999 Constitution of Nigeria, as amended. It is to be noted that apart from my successful legal practice of more than 20 years, 7 of which were as a senior advocate of Nigeria (SAN), before my appointment, I have, as allowed by law, had interest in business ventures, all of which I had resigned from active participation upon my appointment. Amongst other things, I owned lucrative business ventures of Rihan Hotels and Rihan Food and Drinks, both in Kano, since December 13, 2013, years before the 2015 election that saw the victory of President Muhammadu Buhari as the president, and long before I was appointed a minister in the first term. That informs why those items were included amongst 27 properties listed in the Code of Conduct Bureau (CCB) form filled by Malami when he was first appointed a minister. Apart from the above as income from the government, Your Excellency is invited to also note that whilst the Code of Conduct Bureau for Public Officers prohibit my active participation in running of my already established ventures, it does not preclude me from gaining from the fruits of my establishments. Hence, Earnings from mainly hotels, restaurants, farms are used to either improve these ventures or to expand and build new ones. In all these, the requirement of the law is that I declare at the point of exit from office as I have declared at the point of entry. On assumption of office in 2015, I had cause as a constitutional requirement to file my asset declaration form at the point of assuming duty as a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, detailing my assets, which include my houses, both residential and others, farmlands, hotel, school, and other enterprises. Statements of accounts from all my banks were submitted to the Code of Conduct Bureau, which were duly verified, as is the procedure after submission is made. A copy of the form is attached as Annex 1 should Your Excellency wish to personally review. As a public officer, my sources of income were streamlined and narrowed to my entitlements from the government coffers. These entitlements come in the form of salaries, allowances, and escrows. For the period I have served as a minister for the first term, starting from November 11, 2015 to May 28, 2019, the cumulative figure of what constitutes these entitlements as provided, I have taken a personal decision to seek remedy from the court as a result of the series of derogatory contents so published against me. In the same vein, I have written the Inspector General of Police to investigate the matter. So this is now Malami writing to Malam Buhari. Of course, they always run to daddy. This is what happens. Hopuzodima is asking the Senate to go and be arresting people, calling him Supreme Court governor. And this one is now writing to Buhari to say that all the money that he stole, he did not actually steal them. They just fell into his pockets in the way that they fell into Ganduje's pocket. So this is what we see within this now structure. So his wealth has suddenly now grown 1,000-fold since he became the minister of our justice, and he is now having you have it be the case that this 1,000-fold growth in his wealth is as a result of his business reinvesting in itself and growing organically. So now all of these are houses that is just building back to back to back to back to back to back, and all these hotels that is just building back to back to back to back to back, all of which has suddenly saw something that has sprung up from 2015 till now, is now the result of his lucrative businesses, according to himself, and the fact that he's a son. Well, Femi Falana is a son and is not building hotels and estates all over the country. There are several sons. Mike Ozokome, I hope I pronounced that right. He is a son. He's not building mansions and hotels all over the country, but this son, of course, just happens to be the Minister of Justice, and that is the deciding factor that turns him from a comfortable man to a dollar billionaire. So dollar billionaire and the life of an Arab prince is how this guy is living and what is trying to justify to Malam Buhari. Malam Buhari, of course, is slow of wit and he will accept anything, especially coming from his own people. So we are not expecting much as a result of this letter that's been written to Malam Buhari. But we are hopeful that he does take this case to court as he has stated, so that he can then be interrogated by the law to explain how he has suddenly become a lottery winner since he became minister in 2015. Conversations in the comment section. The guy is trying to be smart by half, but how smart is half is really where the question is. Come share thoughts. But before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done the clickings, come join me then in the comment section and let me know then what you're making of this feeble excuse by this fella. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section. But here I say peace.